What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the HB official live stream. I am Keith, the community manager at HB Studios, and got something pretty cool to show you today. Just making sure I'm not on my cord. I gotta figure out a better way to get this. I have this really long cord for my headphones, and inevitably I'm gonna drive over it with my chair. So I gotta figure out a better way to get this. What if I throw that over there? Oh, that could work. Throw it around the end of the table. Now it actually sits up off the floor. Yeah, sweet. What is happening, guys? Welcome. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright. I see Coop, Fusion, Irving, Nemesis, Wise Guy. Good. Welcome along, guys. Let's give it a few more minutes and see if anybody else is gonna pop in here, but got something cool to show you for the designer coming down the pipeline. I'm fairly certain this is going to make the next update. It's something that Paul has been talking about. I was trying to get Anthony in for the stream today, but he is in a meeting, and it sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I never got a chance to ask him if I could talk about it, but you're gonna have to wait. How's that for a tease? But yep, sounds pretty cool. We are gonna look at something here in the designer that I think it's pretty game changing actually for designers. Now, Paul, like I said, Paul's talked about it a little bit in the forums, but I've shown you the page before, so let's take a look. Well, this will be archived, so anybody that comes in a little bit later, they can certainly watch it on YouTube. So what I want to show you guys, Irving says, anything that can help streamline the process. No, it's not streamlining, but you shall see. So I just basically got my little test course here. There's nothing on it. I usually go into here whenever I get updates. I come into here to see what's new. For example, I always jump in. First thing I do, themes. I always jump in here. Let's say go through any new theme. No, nothing yet. So I haven't seen anything new. So I don't know if anything is if any new themes are being worked on. I'm sure they are, but I don't know if something like that's coming to the stream. But what I do want to show you is here. So you come to create and add, create surfaces. Now I showed you this before, so now we've got it here in this side mode like this, instead of having that carousel to go through and pick your thing. So now you can go through and pick what you want to pick. I showed you the surfaces, how you could hit down here, see this Y, select texture. So surface, you hit Y, select texture, and you can go through, pick whichever one you want. So you say, okay, I want this one. You just hit A to select, and now when you come back, now you've got that surface. So you can go into that surface, and we can drop that surface down, just like that. So now the game changer that I'm seeing here is now it works for everything. So you want, let's do this. We'll go into here. I know I've seen a few mentions of the Swiss theme. I don't really like the greens in the Swiss theme. Well, how about this? Let's create a hole. We'll just come in and do something. Do something like that. Of course, I don't have any of the things turned down, so like that. So okay. You don't really like the surface of the greens? Hold on a second. Let's do this. We'll go into clear. Let's clear out some of these trees here. There we go. Nice sunny picture. What's up, Mello? How's it going? Check this out. So, okay. You come in here and say, I just don't like the green surface. Well, let's come in here and do this. This should work. I haven't tested this, but Should work pretty good. Come in. Oh, wrong button. Hit the Y button. I want greens that look like that in the Swiss theme. Why? I don't know. It looks. I like the other color better, but there you go. Now you can change the greens to whatever color you want, and this is going to work for all the themes. So I'm saying I like that color better the way it works in there. How about these bunkers? Those are too white for the Swiss theme. All right, I agree. Let's go in. Let's go into bunkers, and we're going to hit the Y button. I like a much darker sand color for the Swiss theme. How about that? How about that? So now, would you reckon? Well, except for the trees, but that looks a lot different than the other Swiss theme that I've been used to, right? So, yes, it is quite the interesting stuff. So here, let's do this. Let's give you a look here. So we'll go to Create Surfaces, and we'll click on Bunkers, and I'll give you a scroll through. I don't know if you want me to click on each one to see how they look in person, but you can kind of go through. No, it's going to be global. Yep. Because I'm just basically choosing the green surface. I'm not choosing the specific green itself. But you could change, like darker sand color. Go with that. Something like that. A little bit lighter sand. Or red sand. Your greens. Oops. I'm not even used to doing this yet. Greens, let's check it out. So you could go with a more of a different color green there. I think that may have been the original one. You could go it dried out greens up in the mountains there. There's no snowpack this year. I'm going to go for a darker green. White crushed marble. I don't know if it's that or it's... Oh, keep hitting the wrong button. So your fairways, it might be this that you were looking at. A snowy look. I just created my own winter theme. Let's go to heavy rough. Oh, keep hitting the wrong thing. Let's change our heavy rough. Uh-oh, it's starting to snow here in the mountains. Yeah! The greens are heated though, that's why you're not seeing. They have heat, the sub-air system, that's why there's no snow on the greens. Yep, so you can go in if you wanted to do, let's say you're doing a course that kind of has a dry course. You can go more along the lines of that. Oh, here you go. Even drier. Oh man, there's just no rain this year whatsoever. There is just, everything is just burnt out. It is burnt out this year. Or any of you guys who live in the South here in the U.S., you get the in the winter time the Bermuda grass goes dormant, but your fairways might be overseeded. There you go. People who live or play in the South, I think you probably recognize this picture in the winter time. Resort courses, they overseed their fairways with ryegrass, so they'll still be green in the winter time, but the rough goes dormant. Rough tees. How about that? Yeah, definitely. It totally changed the desert theme. Let's check that out. Let's see what you can do. I haven't played around with this too much. I just saw this and I figured, I think this is a game changer in my opinion. I mean, just think of all the variations. You could have 10 people do a Swiss course with the exact same layout, and the course could look totally different. So, if you want to change, get more of your desert, get the desert look. Oops. Mellow desert with more green, but arid outside the fairways and greens. Yeah, so if you wanted to, let's see. We'll change the rough, but if you want to more color like that. Snow in the desert? No, we don't want that. Alright, I have to see. Alright, like I said, I just saw this, so we'll have to look and see. It looks like when you're changing the heavy rough, it's changing some of the light rough, so that might need to be worked on there. But, let's see. Yeah, got more a greener look. There. Got a little bit different look to a desert theme, I think. Melis, is this in the next update? I think it is. Don't quote me on that. I haven't heard for certain, but it's in my build now, so that's a good sign. But I think it's definitely still being worked on. But it was just something that I don't know. I was really excited about, so I was pushing to be able to show you guys to check it out. That green color really looks nice, huh? What a combo there. Let's change that up. What can we change it up to? What would you go with your desert? More of a desert look? I don't know. What do fairways look like in the desert? Darker green? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be something you're going to have to play around with as well. Fusion says, talk about the other thing too. The thing you didn't ask, you could talk about. Basically, that means they didn't say no. Well, what was it? I don't know. But anyway, if you guys have any combinations you want to see like that, if you want to see different things in the desert, how about what was? I'm trying to remember. I remember people talk about the white bunkers they really liked, but would like to see them on other themes. Oops, what other theme did you want to see? How about change up the Delta theme? Pretty good. Interesting look for the Delta theme. They haven't changed. The thing I would really like to see is... Actually, let me see if you can do that, actually. Let's go here. Oh, dang it. Keep hitting the wrong button. See, I'd like to be able to see the heavy rough change. See, that's a different type of surface, but the thing I would love to see is, so if I want to add heavy rough, I would like to have the option to leave all these trees, but unfortunately, it takes everything out. I would like to see all the vegetation stay when you, or have the option to do it. Firmness settings. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about changing a firmness setting, so I'd have to sit here and play with it while we're greens. Whoa, what was that? Mow intensity. Oh, wait a second. Time out. Time out. I did not see this. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Hold the phone, folks. You're not really going to see it. Let's go back. Let's see. Is that in fairways too? Sick. I was going to tell you guys that there's no, you couldn't change mowing patterns, but wait a second. Oh, look at that. Nice. Interesting. Good. So you want super big, thick lines, or you want really tight lines on your fairways? Ah, interesting. Very cool. Okay. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Oh, I gotcha. So you really want to change. That creates quite the interesting look to your fairways there, huh? Interesting. I don't think you can change. Well, let's start looking through. You're going to find out what I'm finding out here. Melissa, you might want to stop now. uh, Hold on. Okay, look away. Look away while I look at greens. Don't look. Let me just check something here. Alright. Firmness, I don't think. I mean, unless it's changed, but... Alright. Tees and rough, anything changed in there? Like I said, I'm just peeking through here with you guys. Nope, looks the same. That even keeps basement. I don't have a basement, actually, but... yeah. So anyway, that let's see. Chief Bank said white sand in tropical. Let's see what that. Let's go in there. Driver T, can you start over and show me what I missed? Yeah, just going through. We're looking at some stuff here. So. This is what I was showing before. You come into create and add and go to surfaces now. Like I showed you with changing surfaces where you hit the Y button, you can pick your surface, you just click on it, hit A, let it set, and then go back in there. Now you can start working in your surfaces. Now you can do it all here too. So you don't like that bunker color in tropical? Okay, let's go to bunkers. You hit A, and now you can pick your bunker color. So like I was saying earlier, to me this is a game changer. There you go. Now you got some white bunkers in the tropical. I mean, people could build the exact same layout and have 7 different variations, lots of different. I mean, how many different sands are we looking at here? I mean, start with that one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 different sand colors. He just denied having a basement. That would be tough to do because I'm about 800 miles, 1,000 miles away from the studio. But no, I did not deny that. I didn't confirm nor deny. I did confirm I don't have a basement. I have a crawl space though, so he could be. You didn't specify that, so maybe he's in the crawl space. But, yeah. How many different combos? But think about that, all the different combinations you can have now. I mean, it's crazy stuff. Go here. If you want tropical fairways. I don't know. Maybe there hasn't been rain in the tropics for a while. We're gonna see some wacky. You can definitely see some wacky stuff, but the color options are there. I mean, again here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it looks like maybe about 17 colors for each thing. So that's kind of a nasty color there, but it's a little dry. More on the left side. All sorts of different color combinations that you're gonna be able to choose. Yep, desert. We went into deserts. I mean, you can choose all sorts of different colors. Same greens, fairways. I showed the Swiss theme. If I know some people have talked about the Swiss theme. I keep hitting the button. Different colors on the Swiss theme. And here's if you want some snow on your greens, there you go. You can throw some snow on there. Yeah, so you could change your green colors. I don't know. I'm gonna put that color green on, or maybe you like that green better. All sorts of different options. I mean, it's quite the idea. Fusion says 4 million. Nice. All right, so there you go. You've just added 4 million different combinations to the course designer. Yeah. Dr. Lone, any idea of the date of the new update? No, I don't know. I think it's kind of one of those things where when it's ready, it's ready. I'd asked Anthony the other day if we had a specific date, and he just said no. Yeah, we don't. That looks like a green full Poana. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, you could choose pretty much all the different colors that you like, whatever green option. Yeah, it looks. I just have to. I'll have to ask about that because it looks like the rough. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, but the rough. Maybe that way you couldn't have completely wacky combinations of light rough and heavy rough, but it kind of changes together. If you go to heavy rough and do something like that, it'll change the light rough as well. Whoa, well, that's a sweet looking course right there. Nice. You want to make your Mars? Your course on the surface of Mars? Here, let's go here. Oh, because I took it all off. That's right. Never mind. I was gonna turn up the rocks all the way up, but I forgot I took out a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so you could do all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I'm sure we'll see some rather interesting things. Yeah, driver T. It's exactly what I said. I showed a thing and I said anybody from the south will recognize this look, and you've got your overseeded rye fairways and then the Bermuda roughin. That's exactly, not quite exactly like that, but this is what it looks like in the winter down south. And some of the courses that do that. My course, they don't do that. The fairway goes dormant. The greens are bent grass, so it stays green, but everything else is brown, including fairways. But the ball plays perfectly. But some of the resort courses, they'll overseed fairways and tees and things, so it'll actually look like this in the wintertime. The green tees, fairway, it's all green, and then everything else is brown because Bermuda rough goes dormant in the wintertime, so it turns brown. Dr. Lewin, thanks again for putting my Lockmead Highlands course on the community tour, by the way. Now has over 4,500 plays as a result. Nice. You're welcome. You are welcome. Driver, any changes in objects, trees, etc.? Not that I saw, but let's take a look. I think I showed this last time. A few new icons here, and out of bounds. You can now see. I think I showed you that. See, you guys. So before there was a glitch. I don't think it's. I kind of forget, but I don't think it's working on the consoles or PC. But in my build, it is. So before you would put that down and you'd say, "Uh-oh, I can't see it." But now you have to just kind of guess. But now when you choose the OB sign, now it's back. So now you can see exactly where you get it lined up. Nice, nice. So I think it was in there originally. I think that it glitched. It was a kind of a glitch, so it came out. But now that's back. So when you choose that, delete that out of there. In terms, I don't think there's anything new in here. Let's get a better view. But I think these are all the same. To be honest, I didn't click through every single thing, but I think most of these are the same. You got some of the palms for the tropical theme. That's still the same. Trees. I think these are all kind of the same. Most of the same stuff here. Bushes, I think these are all the same. Yeah, I don't think really anything's changed in that respect. Let's see if there's any new rocks. Let's go. You can't leave rocks out, right? You gotta check out rocks. Got your potatoes. Nice baked potato with some butter and some sour cream on there. I think that was all the same. Global. I wasn't aware of anything new in this type of stuff, so I think this stuff is all the same. Furniture. Anybody ever notice that? I think it's awesome. Everybody notice? Look at that little sign right there. No dumpster diving. I think that's awesome. I love that little sign. Yeah, benches, trash cans. These all look the same and that type of stuff. Okay, Doctor, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Chief Banks is the greenskeeper. Sign. I'll give a quick. Well, there's so many signs in here, but I'll give a quick rip through. I don't think there's really anything. There's anything different in there. You got a lot of the same. Tons of different signs, but got all those dealios. I think those are all the same. Bridges. Oh, these are a little bit tougher. Yeah, let's go over here. There you go. Bridges are look all the same. Equipment looks pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't think anything really new in this type of stuff, but I mean I could click through if you guys want to see all the boats and planes and cars. The blimp. What about downscaling trees? All right, let's take a look. So, like I said, I don't know of anything new in terms of the objects and things. No, I don't think so. That's the standard. Looks like your standard height there. So I don't think that's in there yet. Can move, but yeah, you know, I can't change. You can increase them, you know, but it still has the same minimum height there. All right. So anyway, so that is what I wanted to show you guys. I think I can't wait to see what people do. We're going to see tons of variations on stuff here. Again, if you joined a little late, let's go through one more time here and see. I can show you what we were looking at. So now, coming in, I think it's going to be the next update. I'm not 100% sure, but being that it's in my build now, I can always leave because I've had things in my build that have disappeared. So, you know, it's not guaranteed, but now we just need ground under repair. Oh. Yeah, that's what let's put that on there. I know I've seen requests for that, but I don't quite see why I'd want to put that on my course, but people have different ideas for different things, so Jarvis says the color changes are sweet. Yeah, so if you come in here, oh, sorry, go back. So when you come to this menu, here's where you put down your things. You can hit the Y button. And now you can choose up here in the top. So you got here, and you'd rather have a darker colored sand. There you go. You can change your sand colors. Let me do a test here, but I'm fairly certain this is global because I'm not doing it on the bunker itself. I'm just choosing it as a general thing, but so you can see that those bunkers are the same. So if you go to here, create surfaces, and then hit the Y button to change your bunkers, we'll make them that color. So white. Now these change as well. I will double check though. Let's do this here and go on top of a bunker itself. And just make sure. Yeah, nothing's changed when you move on to the bunker itself. So that is a global, which it should be. I mean, most courses, I think all the bunkers are the same. They use the same sand in all the bunkers, so. Normally that's the kind of stuff you put in a TGC2. Love that it's just an update. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm really excited about that. I thought. Like I wrote in the post for the stream, I think it's a game changer, to be honest. Because I mean, people could have, you know, you could have that, and then go to something completely different. People could have similar. So just think of all the different combinations of the Swiss theme. You could have stuff that looks totally different. Oh, I always want to hit the A button there instead of going to here. So you go to that. I mean, yeah, you could have the same course, but that looks, I mean, that looks like a million times different than the last, even though it's the same exact layout. That looks totally different. And then, like I found out here, I didn't even know it was in here. Their fairways. Now, you could change your mowing pattern. It basically just shrinks up these lines here. It doesn't change the way they're cut, so it doesn't have going different. The lines go in different directions or different, things. But you can make the lines really thin. It just changes the thickness of like those lines on there, so you can really change it up. And then you can go into here. The intensity is how much you want those lines to show up. So you can take them completely out, so now you have no lines in your fairway, or just a little bit to super intense lines. So cool. That adds another, just one more option. Might really improve some of the older themes. Yeah, good idea. Let's check that out. So let's go to let's go to rural. Oh, it's kind of nice. I like this look. Yeah. So I mean, you could go into here and change. Hold on a second. I mean, the trees aren't going to change, so it's not going to completely revolutionize the entire themes, but yeah, I mean, you could definitely change the colors of your fairways if you wanted. At this point, I kind of forget what the color looked like on the original rural theme, but there's no improving rural. I could change it a little bit. I mean, you could always change, but I mean, like I said, I kind of forget at this point what the colors even look like on the rural. But yeah, so you could go through and play around, change different colors on the theme. Interesting stuff. Do the different fairway textures have different mow patterns? I don't think so. I think it's all the same. It's always going to be those lines kind of cut through. Mellow, if you could get cross-themed trees, it would do wonders for the older themes, but this is a step in the right direction for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think Paul had said that it's just not possible, based on memory and things, to do that. To be able to have global type trees and things, but this is basically almost like a global setup for your coloring anyway. Like I said before, I know a few people said they didn't like the Swiss theme, the greens. Well, there you go. Now you can pretty much make the greens almost whatever color you want there. So again, just go into create surfaces. You could go down to your greens and change your greens to whatever color. To there. Not sure why you'd want that color, but who knows? Lots of imagination. Do all sorts of things. Maybe show how it contrasts with the standard heavy rough versus the surface heavy rough, especially in countryside or highlands. Okay. The countryside. I made a huge giant thing there, so there's your different stuff. So I mean, if you wanted to, so I think if I wanted to change, it puts in so it splashes in that color in here. As you see some of these little bits of color in amongst the browns, it actually changes that as well. So you can see it actually intersperses that color in there, so it meshes it better. I think is that what you were asking there? Like when you change the heavy rough color, how crazy is it? I think, see if that what I just did is what you're referring to. I know the stream is a little behind. I mean, you can. Gotcha, that was my question. Okay, cool. Yep. So I like the way it's cool the way it kind of blends into the rest of the rough. So that works out kind of neat. Drive a really green fairways and highlands would look cool. Let's take a look. Oh, highlands. Of course, I've got crazy rough colors, so let's get great surfaces. Let's get that out of there. It's a little greener than it was. I don't remember what the actual highland color green was. I kind of forget. But I think it does the same. It's going to do the same thing here. It's going to change that hue into the rest of the. Whoa, that's crazy. We do more of a links course like that. I don't know. Be interesting to see what people come up with. That's for sure. That's too green. Maybe there it is. That might be the original. Fusion looks like one of your better courses. Yeah, this course is sick. This is styling right now. What changes the T? So I think the T's and green. I bet you that's what it is. The T's and greens I bet change with the same. Let's take a look. Let's go here, and we'll make a. Yep. All right. So your T's and greens change. When you change the green color, the T's will change accordingly. I guess because it has the surface. Actually, that's not true. It's because of the surface. If I were to change that, the yeah, that's what it was. So it'd do the same if I changed. If I made my T ground a fairway, then it would change. It'll change with the fairway, I'm sure. Yep, so that's what it is. It's just that. So anywhere you have that surface, it's going to change. So, Mel, now we sit back and wait for the haters who claim only the designer gets updated and not the gameplay. Well, yeah, that's for sure. That'll be mentioned, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time. They've got all the great courses that they actually play, so this just adds more and more variety. So they go hand in hand in some respects. Let's see. Haters can suck butt. Poana fungus to green. Nice. That's what I wanna. That's what I like to putt on. Oh. Let's get it back to something. There, that's better. Cuts it down to 100K. Uh-oh. We need more variations. Driver T, what was you asked about really green fairways? So let's see. Oh, I'm still used to hitting the other button. Like that. That's pretty green. Of course, it looks goofy without having cycle through some of the different fairway colors you could use on this Highlands theme. That's not bad. Be interesting to see what people do. Are you so used to the colors of the original Highlands theme that you think that looks the best, and then you start changing it around? So it'd be interesting to see what works, what doesn't. I mean, I could definitely see how people could come up with ideas for different things, but like I said, it's going to certainly change the variety and look at the courses and things. Yeah, so if you got any other things that you want me to clicked through. This is really what I wanted to show you. I just thought it was really cool. I think, like I said, game changer is the word I'm using because the variety of courses in the same theme are going to be, it's not limitless, but extremely, extremely different. I mean, you could just changing the color of the bunkers would be cool, but then you could have different color fairways, like we did, mowing patterns. When you look at that, that's fairly different. I mean, if you look at what we have there now, and then change it down to something like that, and maybe change the intensity down. Yeah, already, boom, that's already a different looking. Already looks different. Damn, you keep taking my Fallout 4 time. Oh, I am so sorry about that. But you can take off now if you want. Go play Fallout 4, and you're just gonna miss. You're just gonna miss the next thing I'm about to show, but that's okay. That's okay. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you want to play True Centauran a bit, that is a possibility. Sure. Okay, so that is most of what I've seen. Unless somebody has anything specific in terms of theme and a color, let me know. But for the most part, I think that's what I was going to show you there. I think that's what I was going to. That's what I wanted to change. I mean, I don't know if there's any other. If there was ever, is there a specific theme that you said, like I was trying to remember before, like someone mentioned a theme with the white bunkers. If anybody's got a deal like that, but that looks pretty cool. So you look at the overhead, it's like, wow, white bunkers on this. That's kind of annoying. It's driving me nuts there. But I can't change the. Much better. There you go. At least there's some vegetation. Hey Han, how's it going? Mellows, what's the latest on the knockout? You are down to the final 3 on PC, so you are in for a prize guaranteed. Next round will start Friday. No, we're gonna do. The final is going to be 2 players, so we're going to go with one more round to knock it down to 2, or however many rounds it takes. Obviously, you could have 2 people tie, so they wouldn't get knocked out. But we're going to knock it down to 2. I think it'll just be easier to do the final with 2 people, and whoever gets knocked out will be the 3rd place prize winner. Okay. Han says desert with green fairways. Okay, let's check it out. Let's go back to. Desert seems to be the popular look that people want to change. So if we go to desert, how about that? That's not bad. Mellis, okay, so I don't need to get OBS just yet. Nope. No, not yet. But it would be good. Probably good to get it and just familiarize yourself with it if you want. Confidence, you're going to need it as you move on. But okay, so desert with green fairways and the greens was white sand. How about, was that kind of the look you were thinking? Let's get. Every time I try and look at this. There you go. That's at least you can see some of the things as you look around, but driver, that is awesome. Yep, okay, cool. Yeah, so that gives you an interesting, much different look than the original. So I'm hoping it's gonna be it's gonna spur some creativity and spur people on to keep putting out some awesome courses, but now the variety, Gonna be definitely more variety. People want to go with that. Maybe, maybe you want to go with a different. I kind of forget. Like I said, I kind of forget what the. I don't remember what the bunker's color was in the desert theme, but yeah, you could change up, make some different. Oh, was that my? Oh no, that wasn't my. There you go, snow bunkers. Nice. So you get different looks. I know lots of courses have different color in the sand. Mello, when will this course be published? Almost done. Yeah, just hold on. Let me just pump out a few more. We'll just let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah, this course is. I'm already a sixth of the way through. Sweet. Oh wow, look at that. How's that for some serious designing right there? Look at that beautiful break in the fairing. That looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? All right. Click that a few more times, and this course is done. It needs to be flatter? Oh. I kind of like that. I like that 20-foot ridge there in the fairway. It just goes down back up. Alright, guys, so that was pretty much what I wanted to show you. Like I said, that was kind of interesting. I found something new in there myself as I was looking at the mowing pattern, so that's pretty cool. So definitely keep an eye out. Hopefully this will be in the December update. I'm not 100% confirmed on that, but it is in my build now, so that's a good sign. Getting closer, but there has been things in my build that have come out, so it's not 100% guarantee. But yeah, so all right, last thing. Last thing. Let's go back up. So say you wanted to play around, and you came into a round and you said, I don't feel like playing stroke play. There's the match play stuff, but then you could come here and go, what is that right there? Online match play, that's something new. Online 4-ball, also something new. But that's all I have to show you right now, because it's just a placeholder in my build. But that's where it's going to be. So you'll come in, you go to play around, you'll just cycle through. Online match play requires one local player and one online rival. Lowest score in the hole earns a point. Player with the most points. That's pretty obvious. 4-ball. Player with 3 other rivals. You've played 2 teammates. Lowest score on the hole earns a point. Click it. It's just a placeholder. It doesn't go anywhere. So, but yep. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. It will be on. I'll put it over to YouTube so anybody who missed it can get a chance to watch it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be awesome with all the different combinations and all that fun stuff. So hopefully it'll be in the December update. Got my fingers crossed. Not guaranteed, but it'll be awesome because then we'll start seeing some really, really interesting stuff. So anyway, if you haven't hit the follow button, please do so. That'd be great. Always appreciate it. And let's see. I'll be back. Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving here in the U.S., so I will probably not be streaming anything tomorrow, but maybe Friday. Might actually be playing golf on Friday, so maybe after that I can do something else. Try and get some things in. Look, knockout tournament, new round is going to be set up on Friday, getting down to the end. And yep, as Driver teases, everyone vote in the design contest. The design contest is down to the final 4. Driver T being one of them. He's going up against McMulligan's Oaks, which is our land in 80. Drivers is Apache Creek, and then you've got Roundabout Golf Club by Guitar Dude going up against Peliquila Golf Club by Friend Bomber. So if you go in to play a tour, and then you look up HB Design, you'll see the tour with all 4 courses. Give them a play, and then go into the forums and go into the design contest area, and right at the top they'll be sticky the two contests, so you can cast your vote. Really, really like to see a lot of people vote in this. It would be awesome because I mean this is it. We're getting down to who's going to be in the final. So hopefully we get a bunch of people to to play those courses. They're only 12 holes right now, so it's what, like 2.5, just over 2.5 courses. So not too much. That would be really cool to get a lot of votes in there and get it down. And the two that advance are going to go on to build 18 holes. So that'll be cool. Fusion says Speed Golf is on one of the HB design courses. Which one? I didn't see the new. I didn't see what the new course is for Speed Golf this week. I know a few people have built out 18 holes. Not that many though. I mean, we had 32 people in the original at the start of the contest, and okay, damn Trey Tige. So there's maybe only 5 or 6 so far that have built it out to 18 holes. So hopefully more people will do that, because I'll try and get up a HB tour set up for all the 18 hole courses that were built during the design contest. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. I'll be back probably Friday with something. Like I said, tomorrow is the Thanksgiving holiday here in the US, so I don't think I'll be around streaming tomorrow, but I'll have something for you Friday. Probably be Friday afternoon, a little bit later, and we'll come up with something, see what we want to do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Good night. See ya.